Eddie Johnson played in the NBA for 17 seasons. He's been the Suns TV analyst for a long time. And Eddie Johnson, who was on last week or 2 weeks ago, is now joining us. All right, so I want to talk about something. So Deandre Ayton had a scrap with Monty Williams. And, it's funny. When Deandre came into the league, Eddie, my takeaway was the first year, I'm like, is he a bust? I don't know what he is. And then you watch him and you're like, okay, you can get points from him. But when you fall behind late in games, you need threes. He's not the guy. I think there are limitations. He got into a scrap with Monty Williams. Where are the Suns and Deandre Ayton, Eddie, this morning? Where do you just let him walk?
They're definitely not going to let him walk, Colin. But I do believe there's some things that they need to shore up with him. One of the reasons why they didn't extend him, I don't think they didn't want to. I think they wanted to continue to grow and mature him and make him understand how good he is, and he's going to be held accountable. And I think for the most part this year, DeAndre was excellent. I think for a guy that didn't get his max deal, he saw two teammates get paid. And, you can tell by his demeanor that he was connected. But you also knew in the back of his mind that it hurt him that he did not get extended. He's the number one draft pick overall, and he's one of the guys that did not get the max deal. And so that had to be something that bothered him during the course of the year. But it all came to fruition yesterday in the toughest of times. When things aren't going well, your season's getting ready to end, all of a sudden that combustion comes out. And Monty handled it well. He just said it's internal, and he put it on him in a lot of ways as well. So I think he can get shored up without a doubt.
I like Devin Booker. Jason Kidd sort of made him into a playmaker. That's not what he is. He's a very good player, but I thought comparatively to Luka, he looked like a different class. And my takeaway is I think I'd let Ayton walk and get another score. I think Booker, I like him, but he doesn't elevate others necessarily. Have we seen now the ceiling with Devin Booker? It's a good player, very good. But I felt in that series I saw some limitations that I thought were there, but they were clearly illustrated.
Well, he's definitely improved over the years. I happen to believe that he does make his teammates better by his non-aggression. I thought that he was very, he was very giving of the basketball this year. He did not overbear guys with his scoring, and he allowed guys to be themselves, and he was a great leader in the locker room. I think as a young player, and he's not that young anymore in regards to being in the NBA, but it's some things that he experienced that, he still got to get better at. And one is double teams. I mean, let's face it, Dallas made up their mind that they were not going to allow Devin Booker to beat them, and they doubled him consistently the entire series. And they can wear on you, and it can force you into mistakes. But I think Devin is he's going to be a tremendous player. He's going to be a superstar in this league because he has that acumen, he has that drive, and he'll look at this as one of those major disappointments in his career, his young career right now. And he'll learn from it. The greats have done that. He's no different than the greats that have gone through it. And I think that he has a great chance of being up there.
Jason Kidd, first job he got over his head. He got this job and people said, I don't know. I've seen this act. And, like a lot of people in life, second, third time you get a chance at something. I thought he had a great series. Your thoughts on Jason?
I think he's one of the best coaches in the league, and it's starting to show. Let's just go back to his playing career. He dragged a New Jersey Nets team to the finals 2 straight years. He goes to Dallas as an older player, and he was the one that changed the defensive philosophy on LeBron in the 2011 finals. That is not a secret, and they got a championship out of that. He was the voice and the stabilizing figure behind Frank Vogel with the Lakers and dealing with LeBron and dealing with AD. It allowed them to get a championship. And I'm going to tell you something, man. He's a good friend of mine. I don't like him today, to be quite honest. And I told him that after the game, and he laughed. He dissected us, man. He is one of the bright minds in basketball in regards to dissecting your offense and taking things away from you. Now, Grant, he stole a little bit from Willie Green, who's very familiar with us in the first round and how he handled Chris Paul. But Jason took it to a new level. Colin, you watched that game yesterday. Look, I never would have thought in my mind, ever, that somebody can take our offense away from us and debilitate us the way he did. All due respect to Luka. I mean, Luka was Luka. He's been Luka. 30 points a game in his career in the playoffs. I'm not going to take anything away from him. Jason Kidd got this series, man, because he took Chris Paul out of his sweet spots. He took Devin Booker away from the ball by doubling him. And they put so much pressure on the Suns offensively that they couldn't even execute yesterday. That's coaching. And he has to get his flowers, man. He has been tremendous in this postseason.
Okay, you owe Chris Paul a lot of money in the next 2 years. My takeaway is I would limit his regular season minutes. Cross your fingers on health and freshness when the playoffs come.
Yeah.
This is not a knock, but Eddie, you know this as well as anybody. Peyton Manning went from an MVP to getting benched. You hit that wall, and man, it's fast. And James Harden overnight can't beat guys off the dribble. Literally overnight. What do you do with Chris Paul now?
Well, you're right. I think the Suns have to go find somebody that they can really trust. Now, Campaign, look, he had a good run. He struggled this year for whatever reason. But they're going to need that person to just take the ball out of Chris' hands at times to give him an opportunity to rest when he's on the court. And Chris has to trust that person, that they can play together in that regard because you can just tell. I mean, the key thing over the last 2 years is wear him down. Drew Holiday did it last year, although Chris was compromised with a hand injury, but still, they put so much pressure on you, it just tires your legs out. And then also, let's pay homage to the people that go to the finals multiple times in a row. It is not easy. And I think this Suns team, as well as Milwaukee this year, they found out that, man, this road is difficult the second time around.
Yeah.
And let's just imagine the people that went 2 and 3 times. Oh, by the way, LeBron went 8 straight freaking times. I mean, you can just tell that it starts to wear on you. And the energetic Dallas Mavericks had a ton of energy. They were healthy. They were hungry. And they overcame the Suns in that regard. And that's just something to pay attention to as well.
Okay, I think Golden State has more offensive firepower. I also think they can throw Draymond, Kuminga, Wiggins at Luka, slow him down a little, 10%. I like Golden State. Your thoughts? Can Dallas beat the Warriors, and how do you do it?
I've always said I was an offensive player. I don't care how good your defense is. If your offense is flowing, you're not stopping me. What I've seen from this dude in this series is downright Larry Bird-like. It is no shot he can't make. I thought that he would get cold and he'd struggle and he would go through the – look, he stepped out yesterday in Game 7, and, I mean, he took over from the beginning. I just don't see anybody that's going to stop him from scoring. And I don't think Golden State is going to go in with that mindset. I think they're going to try to do what the Suns tried to do. Go ahead, Luka, get yours, and we're going to try to stay home with everyone else. But unfortunately, Colin, they got a dude named Jalen Brunson, who plays like a power forward at about 6'2". If he's got it going, and Dinwiddie can play like he did yesterday, I give Dallas a great opportunity. It's going to be very difficult, obviously, against the Warriors' experience. But, man, the way Jason Kidd has them playing and how he broke down the Suns, who I felt had the best and strongest offense in the game, I don't put anything past Dallas right now. I'm not Warrior hating. I know the Warrior fans always think I'm Warrior hating. No, you better pay attention to what you're getting ready to play because I got a chance to see it for 7 games, and they are no joke.
Eddie Johnson, as always, great seeing you. You got some time off now. Go hit the links, have some fun, get some rest, and we'll talk soon.
All right. Thanks, Colin.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.